All right, here we go. Welcome back, everyone, to All Things Considered with Morgan. Today is Mother's Day, Sunday, May 11th, 2025. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there that are watching this, listening to this. We appreciate you. You're doing a wonderful job every single day, and we see you and we respect you and we love you. Thank you for doing everything that you do. My wife and I, we're not parents, and we don't want to be honest, and that's okay. We have made a decision to not really have kids or anything because we like having our own time to ourselves and just being kind of like whoever we want to be, whenever we want to be. And some people have said that's selfish, but I think it's okay to be selfish in that respect. If we don't want to have kids, we don't have to have kids. There's nothing wrong with that. But I do appreciate my mom for having me. I was born in 1993. I was my mom's first son. I have three sisters. So I have two sisters above me. Then there was me, and then I have a younger sister. So as my mom's first son, I think it was really cool to be that gift for her. I don't know if gift's the right word, but I think she appreciated finally having a boy after having two girls. But love my mom very much. My mom and dad live in Florida. Once my dad retired from work, they moved to Florida, and I think they did at the time, like Florida was actually going to be something really big for them. It was going to be, things were going to be more affordable. Insurance wise, things were going to be affordable. And I think they just wanted to be somewhere warm. Like my mom and dad hated being cold. So they're somewhere warm and it's better for them. I think it's actually done a good positive thing on like their skin. They seem a bit more youthful with the skin. So I think it's really cool for them. I'm really happy for them and I miss them. My parents are going to be here in June sometime for my birthday. They're going to visit some family up here and I'm excited to see them. We're going to host them in my one bedroom, one bathroom apartment. And it'll be a lot of fun to see them and get to be the host of them because it's kind of like returning the favor of them raising me as a kid. So I'm excited. It's going to be a great time. And we'll see how that goes. There may not be an episode that week, but we'll worry about that later. I know I was supposed to have an episode with my wife. So this is episode number 10. This was supposed to be with Danielle, but she's been busy and she's had a bunch of weddings. Like she had 3 weddings in a row. And I know she's been really tired and she's just been so exhausted. She's been running crazy doing her photography thing. And I'm really proud of her and she's doing a great job. And so I know she's been tired. So we were going to postpone episode number 10 to a later date and interview her and get to talk about her business and all that stuff later. Right now she's taking it easy today and kind of just resting up. So I didn't want to bother her. But she sent a message to her mom for Mother's Day. And that's pretty exciting. That her mom lives in a completely different state too. Her mom lives in Montana. My mom lives in Florida. So yeah, our parents aren't physically with us. But that's okay. We make it work. We can contact them through FaceTime or whatever. And just let them know how we're feeling about them. And it's complicated, but it's okay because I think like missing my parents more makes me appreciate them more. Like I think if my parents are constantly around me all the time, I don't think I would appreciate them as much as I do. That might sound crazy, but I just know that like getting the opportunity to call them like maybe once a month or twice a week or whatever the number is that we call or whatever, it makes me appreciate them more because I don't get to see them very often or talk to them very often. So like my sister, she moved down to Florida and she gets to see my parents more often than I do. And I'm pretty jealous, but also like, I think I appreciate my parents more than she does. So I don't know. That's probably something crazy, but something I thought about. But yeah, man, Mother's Day, it's pretty cool that they have a day that they get to celebrate, or we get to celebrate the mothers, because I know that, like, just a birthday and maybe like Valentine's Day, Christmas isn't enough, but like the fact that like this whole day is dedicated to mothers, and there's a whole day dedicated to fathers is pretty cool. Those are two holidays I'm probably never going to get to celebrate with myself or my wife, and that's okay. I don't need to be a father to need a day to myself. I think that's the reason why I don't have kids, is because I'm pretty selfish, and I get to have almost every day to myself. Same with my wife. She gets every day to herself pretty much too. So we don't need a day. We get pretty much the whole year. So that's how I look at it. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you think it's weird that we don't have kids and I'm 31, then that's okay, because I don't care. I like the life I live. I love the life I live, and we're continuing to grow up, and my wife and I are learning a lot more about each other each and every single day, and we're making everything work. We're planning trips. We're planning vacations. We got a trip coming up in Oklahoma. We're going to go on Memorial Day weekend, I think, to Oklahoma, and just kind of just get out of the state of Kansas for a bit and kind of just stay in a hotel overnight and just relax. And then like in October, we're going to go to Florida, visit my family, and to go do some park stuff. And that's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, and we're really excited about that. We got a plan actually for that trip soon, to be completely honest with you. But yeah, I haven't done my podcast in a while. We've been busy with work. I've been busy with work. Been too exhausted mentally and physically. I think I've also been like super depressed to like do podcasting, or even just getting to sit around and talk. Just because sometimes I really just want to not do anything, or just like play a video game, or just be lazy. And today I really had to like bite the bullet and say, hey, listen, you're going to do your podcast, especially with it being Mother's Day. I mean, you got to do something for Mother's Day. You got to talk about it. You got to let the mothers out there know that you appreciate them and they're doing a great job. And even though I don't know who those mothers are, you're doing a great job, I promise. And yeah, I just needed some time to kind of like take a break. There's nothing wrong with that. But I was really eager to do my podcast today. So I'm really excited to be here. It's been crazy lately. So like, I posted a TikTok, a clip from my a clip or TikTok from my last video, and it's been getting like a lot of views on TikTok. I've actually gained a couple followers on TikTok, and then like I got like 6,000 views on a video, and that's like, it's crazy. It's so weird to me because it's not something I'm used to. So it's like really bizarre, but it's like really cool. So I appreciate people who have been following me on TikTok and like listening to me, and even seeing people like on YouTube as well. Thank you for that. I appreciate it very much. It's kind of cool that this is going to be episode number 10 of my podcast, and I'm really excited to post that. So anyway, thank you for people on TikTok and YouTube and stuff for my cats are in my bedroom and they're freaking out. But it's really cool that I've had people following me and listening to me and commenting on my stuff, and it's really exciting. So I appreciate that. But let's see, like lately we've been, like last weekend we went to the zoo. It was like a Cinco de Mayo celebration. It was really cool. So like we went to the zoo. Our zoo has like a new baby elephant, and we got to see the baby elephant, and that was really awesome. We got to kind of walk around, listen to Mexican music, and they had like taco trucks and people like dancing and doing stuff like that. It was really, really cool. It was a really nice day out. That was really nice to go out to the zoo. Get some sun, kind of get away from like being inside, I guess. It was also just so nice going to ours. I love going to the zoo. That's one of my favorite things. It's just because you could see things that you don't get to normally see, like even animals, and then you learn stuff too. So that's really cool. I love the whole aspect of a zoo. Like whoever said a zoo is going to be a place where you can go see animals and learn, like they fucking nailed it, and I really appreciate them. I need to find out who invented zoos, because they fucking nailed it, and I love it. So thank you to that person. Work's been good. Work's been busy for me. I know that I've had a lot of projects go out. Been working like a lot of overtime. That's been exhausting and tough, but I mean, you got to do what you got to do. But also, I think I'm going to try to bust out more overtime as I continue until we get into October before I go to before we go to Florida to visit my family, because I want to have as much money as possible. Like, if I'm like, hey, dude, I want that like shirt, I'm going to fucking buy it. Like, that's what I want to have as much money for. I want to have fuck you money. I'm going to work very hard for it. So, that'll be starting up here soon. Probably this week I'm going to bust my ass, do extra overtime for that money. So we'll get that going. Let's see what else. I had a question. I had a question that I asked myself the other day at work. I was bored. I was kind of like going slow. I had like some time, so I was like drinking some tea, just kind of writing stuff down on pieces of paper. But I wanted to ask this question for you guys because I thought of it too. What is something that you can't believe that isn't invented yet? To me, something that I can't believe that hasn't been invented yet is probably like the fact that like maybe a battery for like a computer or a phone or a device that lasts longer than like, I mean, like what if you have like let's say a phone, it only lasts like maybe a day, maybe 2 days, but like maybe I wish they could invent a phone or a battery, not just a phone, just a battery that would last longer. So let's say you're like, hey, I'm going to go on this trip. I charge my phone up to 100%. I know that's going to last a week. And then like people's electricity bills will be less because they're not using as much battery to charge up their devices. I think a battery that lasts longer would be more impressive than anything. I mean, like, you have your car battery, like the alternator is like constant, like charging it, right? So like that doesn't really count. But like a device battery that lasts longer, I think that's something that's crazy to me. It's like, because like I remember at my old job, we used to use laptops all the time. Like in the R&D lab, we had technicians and stuff. I was one of them, and I had a laptop, and like I couldn't. I treated the battery like I was supposed to, like I properly charged it, but 1 10-hour day from like start to finish, the battery would be dying, and then I had to put on the charger before I left, and I wouldn't leave it overnight. Like it would suck. Like you'd always constantly be charging the damn thing. I was like, if I could just charge this thing and it would last for like a week for sure, that'd be so much better. Because I was always afraid to take it to like meetings because I was afraid it was going to die. I was afraid that I was going to leave it on the charger overnight. Like I just wish we could have batteries that lasted longer. That's something that I can't believe that hasn't been invented yet, is a battery that lasts longer. What do you guys think? I'm really curious to what you think that something hasn't been invented yet. And it's 2025. It's like, come on, like how come this isn't a thing yet? I know there's a lot out there, like a cure for like terminal illnesses. Like that's something I can't believe that hasn't been invented yet. I guess people have said they have been invented, but they're not like available, or people prevent them from being public or whatever. But like, what is something that you can't believe that hasn't been invented yet? So many things out there. I want to know what you guys think because I'm so curious. But so that's something I was thinking about at work. And that's kind of the nice thing about work is like I get the opportunity to think about things and the opportunity to kind of like sit back sometimes and just like drink some coffee, drink some water, drink some tea, and just kind of go, oh, and let my mind kind of wander. And I come up with a lot of like neat things in my mind because I'm a person who pictures things in their heads first before doing things. So that's kind of what makes like my mind like beautiful, I think, in my opinion, is that like I can, if I have a problem in front of me, I can picture it before I physically solve it. And then when I solve it physically, that's when I feel like the relief. So I wonder if anyone else is out there like that. If you are like that, comment below, because I'm really curious. I know I'm not the only one. I'm just curious who is. Maybe about birds chirping is beautiful. But I don't want to get too much into just talking about work because I know it's been a big thing that's prevalent in my mind. On my mind, because I know I've been working really hard and I'm ready for a break. So Memorial Day weekend, I'm taking a 5-day vacation. So I'll have 2 days. I only have to take off 2 days of work, but I get 5 days off. And I'm so excited to just be able to wake up and kind of go for a walk or do whatever and not have to be worried about going to work. So I'm really excited for that. Talked about Oklahoma City. Talked about Florida. And that's pretty much it. I mean, like, I've been busy, but I don't want to drone on about things I've been going through at work. I know sometimes I get depressed and anxious. Like, it's hard for me sometimes to be at work and think like, oh, I'm okay because I'm here, I'm getting paid. But sometimes I'm also like, I'm so bored. I'm also like, I wish I could be somewhere else. I'm a human. I deserve to be, not sitting in this fucking chair. I'd rather be somewhere else doing something else. And that's what I wish. And eventually we're gonna get there. Because this podcast is gonna take off. Because I'm awesome. I know I am, and I know people relate to what I have to say, and it's gonna be great. And I'm glad that people who are listening to this podcast are listening to this podcast. So, with that being said, I'm going to head off. It's a Sunday. I'm going to enjoy the rest of the day with my wife. We're going to hang out, probably. I think she's got to edit some photos, so we'll see what her schedule's like. And then call my parents and then go off into this work week and start busting ass again. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate you. You all are great. Follow me on TikTok and YouTube. And you guys are amazing, and I appreciate every single one of you for everything you've done. Like my videos, watch my videos. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. You're amazing. I love you, and I will talk to you guys soon. I promise there will not be another break that hasn't been mentioned. So stay tuned for next week, and we'll talk again. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Later.